Alright, so we are here at Whittick Pool and we're going to explain some underwater bobbing, above water bobbing, and some treading water and some fun games that you can incorporate with those. First, I'm going to explain the equipment that we have that you can use. These are some dive rings. This is very good for a child who has more experience with going underwater and is comfortable getting their face in the water. You can put these rings down and the child can dive down or bob down and get them. Another piece of equipment that we have for starting to tread water is a short noodle. This is good for a child who might not have a lot of control, that wouldn't be able to use a big noodle. And you can use both these noodles in teaching your child how to tread water. Another piece of equipment we have is a fun little torpedo toy. This toy they can shoot through the water and then they can bob down and grab it. Another piece of equipment that we have are the water dumbbells. These are made of styrofoam and they're very good to keep the child afloat and put their hands out to the side. So first I'm going to kind of explain the sequence that you can use for doing bobbing. First, what you want to do is have your child get in properly and you want to walk them to where they feel comfortable, preferably about shoulder length. Then what you want them to do is you want them to hold on with two hands to the side and just do above water bobs. What you tell them is that you only go until the water hits your chin. You want to do this for about 10 times until the child feels comfortable. Once they're comfortable with above water bobs, what you can do is take their hands off and have them do it in free space. By this time, they should feel comfortable with putting their face in the water. If they don't feel comfortable, what you can do is you can give them goggles, and this will help them do some underwater bobs. Same thing as above water bobs, you want them to hold on with two hands, and you want them to go all the way down so their hair gets wet, and all the way back up like this. After doing a few of those, holding on to the side, you want to take these water dumbbells. You want to have them go into a little deeper area and have them hold them out to the side. This will make them feel comfortable, but it'll still give them experience in some open water. So what you want them to do is do some above water bobs with the dumbbells and then challenge them to go underwater and get their face wet. Once they have mastered all these, stay with your mentee, as always, and bring them to a little deeper water and have them do bobs with no hands, like so. Once they have done this, they should feel comfortable going in the water, jumping in the water, putting their face in the water. Next, we're going to do some treading water. What you want to do is you want to have your child start by holding on to the side with one hand and just getting the scooping back and forth motion. Then what you can do is you can hold on to your mentee, or you can go to shallower water and have them do two-handed. You really want to emphasize that you're pulling the water in and you're pushing the water out. What you can also do is have them hold on to a noodle in a little deeper water and practice the scooping motion underwater. This should really help them with the hand motion for treading water. Then they need to learn the feet motion. So what you want to have them do is hold on to the side in a little deeper water so they can move their feet. You want them to practice the scissor kick. This is really hard for children to learn, so you might have to physically show them and help them. Once you think they've got the scissor kick down, once again, give them a noodle and go to a little deeper water and have them scissor kick where they can't touch the bottom. You can have them hold their hands above the water or have them just set them in the water. Once they have mastered those two individual parts of treading water, you want to do the same thing, bring them to deeper water with a noodle or a belt, and you want to have them kick and scoop the water back and forth. This is a very difficult thing for children to learn, so it might take a while, it might take a lot of practice. Some fun games that you can do with treading water and bobbing is you can give the child these rings and you can throw them out around in a circle around the child. And what you can have them do is, at each ring, they have to bob down, pick up the ring, and place it on the side. This game is for when the child is more experienced and has completed all the steps of bobbing. If they want, so they can open their eyes underwater, give them goggles. Another thing that you can do is you can use this torpedo and you can have the child shoot the torpedo into the water. And what they'll do is the same thing, they can bob down, pick up the torpedo, and put it on the side. Another game that you can do with bobbing is called the magic candle. So you tell the child that they have their magic candle here and they have to blow the candle out. Then you say that the candle is magic, and so it goes underwater, and they have to go underwater and bob and blow bubbles to blow the candle out. You can use this big slide as a reward. The children really like to go on this slide. What we like to do is if they do, 10 bobs, 10 underwater bobs, that they can go on the slide once. If they do 5, they have to work up to that 10 to get onto the slide. If they tread water for 30 seconds, you can say you can go on the slide once or twice. You always want to make sure that the slide is in the middle of the pool, it's not near the edge for safety reasons, and that you have at least 2 teachers holding on to the side and using one hand to help the child up. You always want to make sure that you get water on the side so the child is not falling and that they can easily slide into the water. Like I said, this can be used as a reward. I would make sure that the child tries very hard to do all the bobbing and all the treading water before they can use the slide.